Hi, I'm Heather Massey, and I'm here today because I understand that you want to take your website 937salonaspa.com to the next level. At my first glance of your website, it's a nice website. I like the calm color scheme that you've used, and I like this photo. It adds a personal touch and it shows off your pleasant salon. From what I understand, though, we need to set up your website so that it is a responsive design. And that means that it will be easily displayed on a smartphone. Because as you know, in this day and age, most of your customers are going to be using a smartphone. So what I wanted to do today is I just wanted to go over a couple of things that I would change so that it's going to look better on that smartphone display and explain that process to you. First of all, as I mentioned, I like the calm color scheme, but I would get rid of a lot of this color in the background. I would add some white space all around the sides and the top. As I mentioned, we want to make your site so that it will easily adapt to a smaller screen. You're going to lose a lot of your screen. So you need to have, like I said, white space outlining it so that you can do that easier. Plus, it's going to look good on the computer screen too. We're going to frame up this about us paragraph, and then I would suggest taking this picture and making it a little bit smaller. Um, Another thing is to keep in mind as we adapt the site so that it's going to be more user friendly for someone using a mobile phone. I happen to look at your site on a mobile phone and this page looks fine, but I couldn't really figure out how to get to the other tabs. So I don't know if that's not accessible, but that's something that we'd want to change. Um, when we go to the mobile phone, the most important information on this page is what we want to keep in mind. And that probably is the Book Now feature and the telephone. The Book Now feature, I like that you've put it into this rectangle box and that when you hover over it, it darkens. But I would just keep it simple and I would just make the button dark from the get-go. That way, when you look at the website, you know, this is what I clicked to book. So if we go ahead and we click that, on your computer screen, it brings up a nice submenu that puts across the top the different categories. But as I mentioned, I couldn't figure out how to do this on the phone. But so if we set this so you can get to this on the phone, the only thing that I would suggest for this is maybe, make this a little bit sweeter and shorter to the point because you don't have a lot of space, as I mentioned. Going back to your home page, looking at a couple of your menu categories, I was a little confused here because under hours and location, it mentions services and booking. I would maybe change that up a little bit because that left me a little confused. And on this page, something happened here with the header. So we would want to see what we can do to get that fixed for you and more organized. And I think that's an easy fix. Again, I would add some more white space to the side. I like that you framed this. You actually put the white space in the center, and that's good. That gives it some separation and organization. I would go a step further with this menu selection and maybe add some buttons to these, maybe make them drop down menus, that sort of thing. This also, it looks like a button, but it's not a button, so I might get rid of the shape and just put the word above the picture. Just a couple things that I would do there. Looking at another tab, the shop tab, I like that you've put your products into these circle shapes. I think that looks nice. It gives us some organization and some separation. On this page as well, we would want to add some white space around the sides of it. And another key thing that we would want to make a change to would be on the career opportunities page. There's a website, excuse me, there's a website mentioned here but it's not a link. So I would change that to a link. And then we would change the visibility so that you can easily see that that's a link. And again, we would add some white space to the sides and we would frame things up. And then I think it would be really sharp. I brought along with me another site to look at. Now I know that this company is bigger and they have a lot more resources, but I think they're sort of in the same industry as you and they're sort of appealing to the same customer base. And that would be Sephora.com. You'll notice on the main screen on the computer that they do have it framed with a white space. They have a very responsive design because when I looked at this on my phone, you see a lot more of the white space, and these photos are organized in a vertical fashion over to here, and these menu categories are put over to the side. The menu categories become very important. These are buttons at the top, also on the mobile site, and they become very important because they really have to do their job on the smaller screen. On the larger screen here, you see that they've got, when you click on one of them, it drops down and it gives you the menus across the page, and you have the room for that. When you're looking at this from your phone, you'll see that these are all drop down menus. So it just displays very easy. I like their headings. I like that if I'm going because I'm not worried so much about makeup, but skincare is my priority. I want to make sure that I'm moisturizing my skin, or I want to make sure I'm using some anti-aging products. So I can quickly come over to here and I can shop by concern, and anti-aging is my concern, and I can get to that quickly. And even once I get to here, there's more filters, so I can put my skin type in, um, that sort of thing. Also, another one that's good is this beauty under 20. This menu helps somebody know that if they're on a budget, they know they need to stick with this page because they're going to be able to buy products under $20. So this is just a quick way for them to, to get to the more cost conscious products that are available. But as you'll see, as you go throughout these pages, there's a lot of white space, and they've set that up so that it would quickly adapt to the responsive design. So I hope this information has been helpful to you. But I just wanted to say these are just a couple of things that we could do to your site to, take it to the next level. I appreciate your time today, and if there's any questions, please just let me know because I am here to help you. Thank you so much.